Well, the oligarchs are at it again. So Amazon, their servers, they kicked Parler off their servers. So Parler's down. They're trying to find a new server. And their CEO on Fox, I think, last night with maybe it was Tucker Carlson. Don't really remember who. Somebody sent me the clip because I don't watch Fox News. But I guess he said that he had several companies that they had contacted and were in the middle of getting a contract for their server. And they backed out at the last minute in fear of retribution. See, this is the new world we live in, folks. See, right now, the oligarchs and the tech giants, they're controlling your speech. They're censoring anything they don't like, and it starts with Twitter, and then it goes to Facebook, and then it goes to servers, and soon it's going to go to apps, your bank. The fact that one of the PayPal takers has now prohibited the Trump campaign from raising money. It has prohibited the sale of MAGA hats on their website. Like you can't go through the pay portal. Where does this end, folks? It ends when you end it. It ends when you take your money and you say you've had enough. Twitter stock is down 6%. That means every shareholder just lost 6% of their value. Let's get it to 12 and 15. Let's get it to 25. You know, Twitter survives on advertising, just like many companies do like ours. You got to have ads, which means you have to have an audience. Once they banned Trump, they lost their biggest pusher of content and users. And now people are banning them in droves. And so their stock is going to continue to tank. And that's the only thing they care about. I mean, at what point do banks say, you know what, we check your record here and you gave money to a Republican, therefore you can't bank with us? I mean, where does this go? And so you got to fight back. And that's what I'm doing. And if you're with one of those big banks now, I encourage you, get your money out and go to a community bank. My bank is Bayport Credit Union, based out of Newport News. They have maybe 5 or 6 offices. It's a little banking company. The service is phenomenal. The people are phenomenal. And that's my bank. And they do a great job. All of them are fantastic. Why would I put my money in Wachovia or Town Bank or any of these other people that are going to screw you? And now the fear that's going on out there. Now you got Forbes magazine, their content manager, this is a business magazine, saying nobody should hire anybody that worked in the Trump administration. What the hell is wrong with these people? He got 75 million votes. I mean, they want to intimidate you into submission. Fight back. Fight back. We have speed and we have numbers. I'm going to keep saying it so it sinks in. They have money. They have power. We have speed and numbers. It was a great article in the Washington Examiner. Go to WashingtonExaminer.com. Says GOP unity fractures between Trump loyalists and skeptics. And I was quoted very substantially in this piece by Catherine Doyle. Bottom of the hour, I'm going to put it on my Facebook page. It's a really good piece. 888-480-JOHN. 888-480-JOHN. But I want you to read it. I'm going to put it on my Facebook page. I tweeted it out. It's on Parler because you can't get to Parler because their servers are down. But you will. Parler will get money. They will figure this out. They'll build their own network, just like Ann and I did, and Kiara did, and Al. We'll build our own network. It's the most brilliant thing we've ever done. And I tell you what, my wife and I saw this coming 3 years ago. We saw it coming. And so that's why we built our own network, not dependent on some big tech company. Oh, well, they might take your app away. Okay. My app was down. How long was our app down, Kara? 6 months? Yeah. It was no fault of big tech. The company I had went bankrupt and they didn't save anything and the app just went down. And so, we got around it. I didn't go out of business. I didn't die. Nobody's dead. Nobody's bankrupt. We worked around it. Go to John Fredericks Show, listen live. That's always your backup. So we have our own sites, our own servers. Everything's our own. And this is going to be the new economy. We're going to run a parallel economy. They want to target us because of our political beliefs? What kind of country is this? Because of your political beliefs? Yes, I believe in the America First agenda. Absolutely. Have for years. I'm a protectionist. Does that make me evil? Because I don't want our jobs going to China? No. It means I'm smart, and so are you. See, you're awakened now. I know you hate this word, but you're woke. Just the reality of it. Oh, I hate that word, John. Well, that's what it is. We're woke now. Just like they were, now we are. All the nonsense that's going on. Remember, I went to Trump's inauguration. I remember being at the Embassy Suites in Fairfax or Arlington with Ann. We went to the inauguration. I think it was on like a Friday. We were so excited. It was so festive, and we had so much fun. And then all these people were there. The hotel was packed with the women's march, or what was that? The Pink Cat ladies, or I forget what it was. There was like 1 million people there. I mean, the guy was in office 10 hours, and they were protesting, trashing the place. I mean, defecating all over, garbage all over the place. They were all screaming at him. He was there 10 hours. Got inaugurated at noon. The next day at 10 a.m., they were out there. How many hours is that? 18 hours? They were out there protesting. Million people. What the hell did the guy do? He didn't do anything. Just got there. See, we forget about all of this. We forget about my Senator Mark Warner going on TV Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, telling us about Russian collusion, and it was something there. And he went to London where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's more questions than answers, and he didn't have crap. Has anybody held him accountable for that? Nope. Got reelected in a landslide. No accountability on their side whatsoever. Never is, folks. Never is. Let's get to Chantel. What a beautiful name that is. Chantel in North Carolina. Chantel, you're live. Line 1.
John, hi. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I love your name. I love that name, Chantel.
Thank you, French.
It's a beautiful name.
But, yeah, and I'm actually from South Carolina.
Oh, good for you.
But thank you, John. And I thank you, too, and Steve, and you guys have been a source of honest information for us, since November 3rd. So I do appreciate that. I tuned in right when I saw you on Steve's show. So, but quick point I just wanted to make out. So you guys, I understand, the point of view of those of you guys that are now are, still our source of information about, building new networks or building new sources of communication and, social networks and everything. But the point I just want to make from those of us down here, like, amongst the people like in South Carolina who were not one of the states, are these states, what they're doing by doing this, I think that I feel like, I know you can't discuss things like we can discuss among ourselves. What they're doing is they're quelching any attempts to continue the investigation. They're covering up their crime.
Yep.
So the question I have, and I know that you're, directly, with the source, you live in Virginia, but you're also, very big in Georgia. They're silencing people. So what we're just supposed to forget what we've seen at all these hearings, and then all of a sudden November 6th, what happened there, I completely disagree with the mainstream narrative about what happened. But I'm not going to talk about it. But it's all in now, so no one moving forward. Everything that Trump said and the people associated with him was a lie about the theft. So this is what they're doing. It doesn't matter if we develop new forms of communication. They're what they're doing right now by people not calling them out on that. And that's what I'm calling you, is I was hoping with you, every state legislator in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, all of those states, they must vindicate. They must prove. They cannot turn over and say, well, okay, what's happening with the state legislators? To me, those state legislators are 100% responsible for not what happened on the 6th, for letting it go to the point to where our side had no recourse anymore. We went through every legal avenue and the state legislators did nothing. They let it happen.
Well, there's Republican state legislators that are convening now, Pennsylvania, Georgia, among others. And, the main thing is now to change the law. Look, we're not going to be able to relitigate what happened. We know what level of shenanigans went on. And there's still a hearing on Friday in Georgia, the 15th. I think it's at 2 o'clock. And that judge hopefully will let a forensic analysis be done of the mail-in ballots in Fulton County, of which there are 4 affidavits of people saying that they believe that there's up to 30,000 of those ballots that were manufactured. Now, if the judge grants that, if he doesn't, I really am going to be beside myself, okay? But if he does, and I believe the Henry County judge will, I believe he'll grant a forensic analysis. And if they're able to come back and say, yeah, these ballots were not real, like somebody printed them up and stuffed them in a machine, if that indeed is proven through a forensic analysis, the whole narrative changes in 5 minutes. So let's wait and see what happens. In the meantime, the Republican state legislatures have to convene this January where they control it, and they have to change the election law and not be afraid. See, the fear factor now is you want to make them afraid to change anything. Make them afraid to get rid of the mail-in ballots. Make them afraid to get rid of the drop boxes. Threaten them with lawsuits. Call them racist. All the tricks they know, right? They do Facebook. Threaten their families. Threaten their businesses. I mean, that's what they do. You heard it yesterday with the lady in the donut shop. This is their playbook. But she fought back. We have to fight back. And I keep getting these emails from people just, it's over, we're done. I mean, what are you going to do? Die? I mean, you're going to crawl into a bunker and take Alex Jones' MREs in there with you? I mean, stop, okay? Stop. There are 70 million people who voted for Trump. This idea that a couple of rhinos and a couple of never-Trumpers and the mainstream media is going to silence you is insane. Fight back. And then we'll be fine.
Yeah, and quickly, because I know I don't want to take any more time. I know I have to go, but quickly though. But now that they have three branches of government, and I completely agree with you that we have to fight back. I mean, believe me, all of us down here on the ground, we're not caving. We're not establishment. We're the MAGA crowd, and we're not stopping. We refuse to lie down. But my question, though, is now that they have the three branches of government through their crimes that the state legislators let pass, and I understand.
No, the state legislators did not let these pass, Chantel. No, they were usurped. No, they were usurped by COVID and the governor's emergency powers in all these states. The state legislature in Georgia had nothing to do with any of these mail-in ballots, drop boxes, or mailing them out. That was a deal made in Pennsylvania. The governor overstepped his bounds. You can go state to state. Now,
no, I agree with you. No,
okay. Sum it up for me.
Okay, to sum it up. Okay, I understand that. You believe me. I follow
Sum it up.
Okay. Sorry. I'm not saying they let it happen. They did the laws, but they didn't stand up against Kemp, and they didn't demand. They didn't. I don't feel like they were forceful enough back on November 3rd. All we did was wait for this judge, and here we are now. It's past time, and we've waited for judges. We did this, we did that, and the state legislatures waited for judges, and we waited for that. And I guess that's my point. I understand that they didn't make the laws; it was unconstitutional. I understand that, but that's just my point. Is I just wish that I hope at this point that they will do things before that the Congress is now in the hands of the Democrats 100%. So can they not actually change things in the Constitution, or am I wrong?
If they try to get some kind of a federal ballot jurisdiction, it's going to go to the Supreme Court and get shot down. Okay. We have Trump appointed 3 conservative judges. Okay, there's panic out there in the Trump base now. I can sense the panic. Okay. Breathe, okay? We got this. We're going to be fine. We have to stick together. Just everybody out there, just take a breath. I just want you to breathe. We'll be okay. We'll come up with a strategy. We'll get our own platforms. We'll stick together. We have policies that work. Nobody can dispute the Trump policies that were unbelievably, wildly successful, right? And we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to find different ways. And we're going to take the Republican Party over, get rid of the rhinos, get new leaders. And so, yes, it's going to take some time, right? But we have a Supreme Court that is conservative right now, at least enough where they're not going to allow crazy stuff to happen, changing the Constitution and things of that nature. Okay, secondly, you're not going to pack the court. I heard Manchin was on, I saw the Manchin clip yesterday on one of the news shows. He was asked point blank 3 times if he was going to cave on the filibuster. He said no. He said, well, they're going to put pressure on you. He said, I'm 70 years old. The hell with them. They're not going to put pressure on me. I don't care. I believe the guy is not going to cave. If Manchin doesn't cave, we can get through 2 years. We can get through it. and then there's going to be an upheaval like you've never seen. That's why you just got to take a breath, okay, and stick together. They want us to sever. They want us to be depressed. They want us to quit. They want us to be afraid. They want you to be afraid. They want your donut shop to go out of business. They want to pummel you. And every one of these companies, I don't know, whatever that PayPal system was that deplatformed the Trump campaign, nobody should ever do business with them again. That's how you fight back. Let their stocks tank. John Fredericks Radio Network, stay with us.